Well, hey, couch potatoes and patriots, coming to you today on the 10th of March, 2022. Oil is at $106 a barrel. Gold is at $2,042 an ounce. That's up $41 from yesterday. Silver's at $26.92. Natural gas is $11.69 in South Carolina for about 1,000 cubic feet. I'll come up with a better method for that one. Heating oil is $88 for 100 liters. Ethanol is $2.22 a gallon. The invasion, 15th day, I guess we are. North Korea tests a missile on February the 26th and on March the 4th, and again today. India, at 3 weeks ago, roughly, they tested one, and also on March the 4th. Google now sends out air raid alerts to your phone if you live in the Ukraine. Fucking what a world we live in. On the science side of things, there's a company that has found a way to extract the oxygen that we have now learned has existed all along on the moon's surface. 70% of it, quite efficiently, they claim. But, you know, anybody can make a claim they can do something on the moon. Hell, I can do stuff on the moon, too. Just don't ask me to prove it. Hopefully they prove it and it works. That would be really great. Facebook is allowing violent ads, violent posts against Putin and the invaders of the Ukraine. They've just told the censors to let it slide. SpaceX launching stuff almost weekly. Contingent, an ISP provider, they provide a backbone. They severed Russia off the network this week, the 11th. Tomorrow, Russia severs themselves. So that's going to be interesting, but they can always get out to other places. All right, let's talk about some stuff. If you want to contact people and do it safely, anonymously, securely, without people being all snoopy-doopy up in your business, get you an email account at ProtonMail, ProtonMail.com. It's a free mail service. It's encrypted on both ends, blah, 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 blah. If you pay attention and you read the setup material, there's a couple of stupid little things you can do. Don't share your email address with the world, but there's a couple of stupid little things you can do that they'll give you some more free storage, so you'll at least get like a gig or two of storage. If you're looking for a way to message friends and family directly, one-on-one, there's two things that we're going to talk about: Telegram and Signal. They're two messaging app programs. They're both available on iOS, Android, Apple, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Side note, if you use Linux, patch your operating system. You can Google dirty pipe. It'll explain everything. So Signal collects way less data than Telegram does. Signal only needs your phone number. Telegram, a bit more. Telegram tracks a lot of shit, like your IP and all kind of things, but it's still a method of secure disappearing conversation. What that means is you can send a conversation between ourselves and we can set it to just disappear, go away. And that's what will happen there. So look at those two apps, check them out. They both do one-on-one messaging, group messaging, video messaging, voice messaging, and on Telegram you get an option of having a channel where you can have lots of people. Channels on Telegram can be private or public. Only disappearing messages on Telegram exist in a private message situation. Disappearing messages or self-destructing messages exist on all messages in Telegram if you want to make them go away. You might look into some browser plugins that would help stop against people phishing, getting information from you in your system at home or at the office. This is like lower level stuff, but it still adds a great deal of protection. One of them is called HTTPS Everywhere. It's a Tor based product. Tor is a privacy advocacy group, and they have you can click if you use a Chrome product. I use Brave. If you use Brave, you can click the hamburger menu in the top right corner, drop down, go to a private window, and then everything you do inside that window, when you close it, is gone from your computer. No record of anything you did inside that window. That's true for all browsers. All browsers offer it. I've never checked out Edge. I don't trust a damn thing out of Microsoft. Shh, don't tell Bill Gates. The next thing is called Privacy Badger. It's a plugin for all browsers. All these are plugins for all browsers except Safari. Safari, it's a weird beast. Privacy Badger is the one that's pretty good. It blocks a lot of things. If you use a VPN at home, and you should, especially if you're doing stuff where this is interesting you, there's a program called uBlock, UBLOCK Origin, uBlock Origin. It adds a whole layer of scrubby to your IP address, kind of takes it off the thing. Talking on the oh my gosh, something crazy's happened. Think about right now. Just stop for a minute and go, pretend time, okay? Don't get stressed out about this. This is just pretend time. What if your power went off and was off for a couple of days? You got enough water, food on hand? If not, think about that. You might plant a garden this year. You might have a CB radio in a metal box or a Faraday cage to protect it against unusual magnetic energy. You might have some walkie-talkies, something like that. Maybe a new fancy Berkey water filter or better. Reverse osmosis is probably the best. I have a friend that does that, and we're going to get her to come on and do a little podcast and talk to her about water filtration because she is an expert. And she lives in New York, and she's a pretty cool chick. I think y'all like her. I didn't mean chick in a disrespectful way, only in a way of respect. No derogatoriness meant at all, no misogyny at all. I think women are probably better leaders than men in some ways. I know that a lot of people are stressed out. Here's a couple of tips for you. Do some deep breathing exercises. Tonight when you get ready to go to bed, in through the mouth, just fill up your lungs. Do it 3 or 4 times straight. Breathe out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I don't know what I said there. I got them out backwards. But in through the nose, out through the mouth, as deep as you can. Hold it for a second or two. You may pass out. That's why we say sit on the bed. When you go to sleep, pay attention to where your hands are. If you're all clenched up, it's not a good thing. Spread your hands out when you get ready to go to sleep, whatever they're on. Just spread them out. You'll trust me, after a week of doing this, you'll feel different. Find you a happy place. For me, it's out in the woods somewhere. I live in South Carolina, so there's a lot of woods here. I checked out a few other things. Space weather looks good. If anything happens, there's not a solar storm. I mean, there's a small little piece of something glancing on one side of the planet, but it's not looking bad. I'm looking at live data right now. It looks pretty good. The solar wind is at 350 kilometers a second and a 9 protons per centimeter, so that's not bad at all. The aurora borealis is going down as far as like halfway Canada, maybe. I don't know the name of the lake in Canada, but that's where it is. Or either, I don't know Canada. I've only been there twice. So that's about all I got for y'all. I really appreciate you watching. If you don't mind subscribing or liking or whatever the heck happens on this app, appreciate it. Peace out. Tell somebody you love that you love them, especially somebody you hadn't talked to in a while. And somebody you've been holding a grudge against for a couple of years, just let it go. It ain't worth it. Just ain't worth it.